President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi held a phone call with the Azerbaijani counterpart Ilham Aliyev, during which President al-Sisi congratulated him on the occasion marking the beginning of the holy month of Ramadan. During the telephone conversation, President al-Sisi wished all goodness and welfare for the whole Islamic nation. The head of state expressed the Egyptian keenness to continue enhancing cooperation with Azerbaijan for the sake of the two friendly nations. For his part, the Azerbaijani leader said he was looking forward to opening new horizons of cooperation with Egypt, wishing its people and leadership all the progress and prosperity. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi headed a cabinet meeting at the Strategic Command Center in the new administrative capital. The meeting touched on the government's plans for the relocation of all the ministries and the state institutions to the new capital. The president called on intensifying efforts for making a true development at the state's administrative bodies through training employees and the governmental cadres along the recent scientific management systems. President al-Sisi was briefed on the progress of work at the projects carried out within the framework of the first phase of the Decent Life initiative for developing the countryside and preparations for the start of the initiative's second phase. Earlier, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi performed the Fajr prayer at Egypt's Islamic Cultural Center in the new administrative capital after its inauguration on the first day of the holy month of Ramadan. Egypt's Islamic Cultural Center is a great achievement and one of the most important projects established in the new administrative capital. The details follow.
On the eve of the first day of the holy month of Ramadan, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi inaugurated Egypt's Islamic Cultural Center in the new administrative capital early Thursday. In his brief statement, the president said it is important to be together on this great occasion, praising the efforts of workers in the new capital over the past few years. Al-Sisi was accompanied by senior statesmen including Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli, Minister of Foreign Affairs Sameh Shukri, Al-Azhar Grand Imam Ahmed Al-Tayyib, and the Minister of Religious Endowments Mohammed Mukhtar Gom'a. President Al-Sisi was briefed on the center built in the government district and comprising Egypt Mosque, which is the world's second largest mosque. The new Islamic Cultural Center is a vital cultural center not only in Egypt but in Africa as well. It will be a hub of activities and learning opportunities for people of all ages and backgrounds. The center is a symbol of Egypt's commitment to preserving its cultural heritage with embracing modernity. The celebration was a time to recognize and honor the dedication and hard work of those involved in making the project a reality. The center's opening is a significant milestone for Egypt, emphasizing its cultural and religious diversity and commitment to fostering intellectual growth and development. The Islamic Cultural Center in Egypt will provide an essential platform for Egyptians to learn about their religion and culture while welcoming people from all over the world to explore and appreciate their rich history and traditions. The mosque extends over an area of 19,100 square meters. It has three main entrances surmounted by Islamic domes and a fourth serves entrance. The mosque can accommodate up to 107,000 worshippers, including 12,000 in its 9,600-meter main prayer hall, 40,000 in the upper hall, and 55,000 in the lower hall. It also has a number of halls for various ceremonies and chambers for teaching Quran to men, women, and children. The establishment has a parking lot and a 7-story parking whose capacity is 3,000 cars. Ahead of the inauguration, the president had the suhoor with workers in the capital according to a statement by the presidential spokesperson Ahmed Fahmi. He also listened to religious songs by a number of youth singers. Moreover, President El-Sisi also thanked the participants, workers, singers, and musicians, praising efforts exerted by workers of the administrative capital.
بشكر طبعا الشباب الايد العافيه اللي بتشتغل وبتعمل الاعمال الرائعه ديت على مدى السنين اللي فاتت يعني.
The government has started relocating 30,000 public employees to the new capital since the beginning of the year. This step is expected to be completed by April.
Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli held a meeting with a French delegation in the new administrative capital. During the meeting, Madbouli stressed that the main axis of the state's effort was focusing on building the Egyptian human being in the last 8 years. The Prime Minister noted that the urban area in Egypt now exceeds 12% from the total surface area of Egypt after being under the limit of 7% in the past. He highlighted the huge projects implemented to develop the basic infrastructure networks, adding that President El-Sisi launched a Decent Life initiative to develop the countryside, which represents 55% of the total population. The meeting included the French former Defense Minister Pierre Lelouch, member of the French Senate Valérie Boyer, in addition to a number of French journalists, writers and activists in the field of women affairs and the alternative energy. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli discussed with the chairman of Teida and Chi Ching companies for the plastic products and the steel industries the projected production of ductile iron pipes inside the Chinese Cooperation Zone, Egypt-Teida, at the Suez Canal Economic Zone. The Prime Minister asserted that the state supports this mega project. For his part, the chief of Egypt-Africa-Teida Company expressed gratitude for the head of the Suez Canal General Authority over his continued efforts for removing any obstacles facing the Chinese investments in Egypt. The meeting came in the wake of a recent visit by Madbouli to China Teida Al Ain Al Sukhna port. Egypt's stock market indices soared, being bolstered by the purchasing operations by the Arab and the foreign investors. The main EGX 30 index soared 2.44%. The small and medium EGX 70 index added 1.15%. The more expanded EGX 100 index added 1.63%. The overall transactions and dealings within the session reached £1.1 billion.